China's only aircraft carrier, the Liaoning, is a Soviet-era boat built in 1988 and refurbished in a Dalian shipyard. Most American defense analysts dismiss it as a rusty bucket of bolts that poses no threat to American interests. Heritage Foundation scholar Dean Chang thinks otherwise.
The first thing to keep in mind is that the Liaoning, the current Chinese carrier, is almost certainly only a training carrier. And the U.S. Department of Defense projects that the Chinese are building, or will soon have under construction, 3 much larger carriers. So we should be thinking of this something more like the old USS Lexington, a ship really designed to train China's cadre of carrier pilots. But even something like that does have a certain combat capability. And when you look at the South China Sea and you look at where various countries have their airfields and the air forces, what you can very quickly see is that much of the South China Sea is far away from land. In particular, parts of the Spratlys are very far from places like Vietnam, are fairly far from Malaysia, and while they are fairly close to the Philippines really doesn't have an air force. So as a result, if you put even a small aircraft carrier there, what you can create is something like an air defense bubble. And one of the lessons the Chinese have taken away from the wars of the past 20 years, Desert Shield, Desert Storm, the conflict in the Balkans, Afghanistan, is air superiority is essential to winning modern wars. You may not win with it, but you will certainly lose without it. And so the ability to deploy an aircraft carrier, even if it's just to keep 3 or 4 modern fighter aircraft overhead, is a huge advantage when everybody else really can't put any aircraft where only 1 or 2 aircraft overhead.
In fact, China is playing the long game and seeks to build a fleet of carriers to rule the Asia-Pacific by 2050. At the top is the Liaoning. At the bottom is the Type 001A carrier now under construction in Dalian. It will feature a redesigned island superstructure, newer radar, and increased automation, along with more storage space, and carry up to 48 aircraft, including both fighters and helicopters. While America's naval fleet shrinks and its shipyards wither and die, China's shipyards are booming. Should we be afraid? Very afraid? You decide.